And then these blinks that Ken Hasser did that actually connect and form a full image, which is really awesome.
That's actually pretty rare.
And then I wanted to see if you guys weren't interested in buying this one.
Depends on how much you want for it.
About $10,000. That's kind of low. I don't know.
I used to have these, then my mom gave them all away. That's
Yeah.
why I'm trying to recover some of my older stuff.
Hey, what's up,
What's going on, guys?
Hey Mike, how's it
What's
going?
going on? Good, man. How are you? Hi, my name is Mike. Coming by to try to drop off some stuff and try to grab some Green Lanterns.
Good to see
Very
you.
good.
See y'all too, man. So I got some books for y'all to look at.
Okay,
Hoping to
yeah,
set
let's
these up in one of the
go
auctions,
over here.
and also would love to take a look at any Green Lantern that y'all have.
Awesome.
Have this cover with a signature and sketch on it,
Very
Joe
cool.
Rubenstein.
and then this Ken Hasser. He actually did sketches on these blanks, and they actually make one big piece though. It's pretty cool.
Awesome.
That's bad. Oh, there's four.
That's actually pretty rare. Most of the time, so Ken Hasser, he works for Dynamic Forces, and he does a lot of these sketches, but most of the time it's just a single sketch, and he'll do maybe like 50 or 100 of them.
Okay.
But to do like the 4 is pretty unique, actually.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Yeah. Very cool. So what do you want to do with these?
I would really like to bring them in, possibly enlist them in one of the auctions that y'all have going on, right? And I'd like to pick up some Green Lantern though.
Oh, okay. I think we have some Green Lanterns in this auction.
Here's what we got. Do you have a 76 yet? Number 1. And then if you want a signature series, it's pretty rare for a number 1 to be signed.
Wow, these are incredible.
So all those will be available in the auction starting May 2nd.
Second?
Yeah.
I'm having to guess here that you really love art because your shirt is very unique.
Yeah, you know what? I really do love comic book art, especially the 90s style art. This shirt though is actually from my own brand though.
Oh,
that I did,
really?
though. Yeah. It's called Mike's Domain. I love DC characters in general. So this is a brand that me and my friend though, who does the art for me, that we created though. Yeah. So this is our
So is
Nightwing.
each one custom, like just one of one, or do you make like a whole
so
bunch of different ones?
usually every shirt I'll make anywhere from about 50 to 100 shirts, and then once it's done though, that's it. I don't do any reprints though or anything. That way it's pretty exclusive. If you're there for a job and you get one, yeah.
How many have you done?
I believe so far I have 8 designs. I've been doing it for almost a year now.
That's cool.
You did?
That's cool.
I like the very dark blacks. I like
Yeah.
the dark blacks. We said like Brian Bolin.
Yeah, exactly.
And what's the name of your business again?
Mike's Domain.
Mike's Domain.
So we'll put those in the auction. I think they'll do pretty well because they're very
Yeah.
unique. Anytime something's like a one of one sort of
Yeah.
thing, it usually does pretty well because you really can't get them anywhere else.
Exactly.
So hopefully it will cover any cost that you want if you want to try your hand at some of these Green Lanterns.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's great. Thank y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks. Those shirts are pretty cool, I must say. But anytime we get something like that 4-piece cover that's like a one of one, that's very awesome. They always do very well in our auction. Also, if you would want to win this book right here for free, no purchase necessary, all you have to do is go over to collectorscomics.com, hit enter the giveaway, and that's all you got to do.
Hey, how's it going, Eric?
Hey, how's it going?
Got some comics with you today.
Yeah,
Nice.
I got some stuff for you guys today. My name's Eric, and I have some Hulk 181s I'm hoping to sell today for about $10,000 each.
Oh, nice. Hulk 181s.
I got 2 Hulk 181s and 9
nice.
4s.
Wow.
Very
First
cool.
Wolverine. 9-4 white pages.
Yep, both
Super
white
cool.
pages.
Yeah.
So what do you want to do with them?
I want to sell them. I want to put one in the auction,
Okay.
Okay.
and then I want to see if you guys weren't interested in buying this one.
Well, always interested in buying, of course. Depends on how much you want for it.
About $10,000.
Well, I would say that's a fair price. That's probably what the fair market value is. But unfortunately, since we're like a business, we can't just buy for 10 and then sell it for 10. I can offer you maybe like 75.
That's kind of low.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We could go up a little high. What about like 8? Can we do 8?
Yeah, we could do 8.
We could probably do 8. just because, you know, if we end up selling it and we have fees and stuff like that, we wouldn't really be making very much money.
Yeah, there's got to be something there for us.
Yeah.
Well, I like to get closer to 10,000 for it.
Well, we can
Yeah, we
we
can't
can
really
put it
do
on our
that.
marketplace and
Yeah.
sell it for you.
Yeah, we can just sell it for you
Looking to do that.
if you want to do something
What are
like
the
that.
fees involved in that?
It would just be 5%.
5%?
Yeah.
Yeah. If we can get rid of it for 10, come up with like 9,500.
9,500?
So
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay,
Okay.
cool.
yeah.
Sounds good.
And then this one, you want to put in our next auction?
Yeah, I want to put that up for auction.
Okay.
Cool. The next one starts May 2nd, so coming up here pretty quick.
Yeah.
I'll get this in there.
All right.
Yeah, I'm sure this won't sit very long. I mean, it's Hulk
Yeah.
181 and 94, so.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. Let's do it.
Cool.
So I don't know if you know this, but Hulk's face here, that's not the original face that he did. Actually, so John Romita was the head editor, and so when Herb Trimpe came in with his design for the Hulk, he's like, it's ugly, change his face. And so he had to change his face, and he also moved Wendigo over a little bit because before he was further away, and so they moved him closer in. So Wendigo's face just changed a little bit. The reason why we know this is because after he drew it, they then took the original art and sent it over to the UK to get their version made. And then John Romita's like, no, change it. So the UK version has the original drawings of the Hulk, and his face is vastly uglier.
Really?
The Hulk is like an upshot, so you see like up his nostrils.
Oh, man.
So yeah, it was kind of
I thought we
interesting.
had a copy of that book somewhere. I don't know if we have it anymore.
Yeah, I'm not really sure, but yeah, the
remember
UK.
the name of it.
Yeah, the
Which
UK.
one's more valuable?
Oh, this one by far.
Oh, this
by
one?
far.
Oh, okay.
By not even close.
That one's way more rare, but
Yeah, it also has an ugly Hulk on it. Not many people want it.
Oh, gotcha.
you mentioned something about getting a Super Mario book. We have one in auction. Do you want to see it?
Yeah.
So here it is. We have a 9.4 white pages. This one will be in the auction.
I saw a guy who bought one at your auction last time, and it was a 9.4, and then he resubmitted and got a 9.8.
Well, I'm sure they do, but a lot of the grades don't realize there's a crease that goes from like here to here, and that is in every single one. It's a printing defect. Now, the good graders will know that and grade accordingly, but the bad graders, they're like, oh, it's damaged, and so they downgrade it, and it's just, yeah, it's super annoying.
We sent in like a pile, probably like a dozen, and they're all like 9.8s, 9.6s, but they came back in between like 8.5 to 9.8. But they're all basically 9.8, 9.6s because some of them were graded, and you can see it right here, as this being like a defect, and then others obviously weren't. But if you look at the book side by side, they're literally the exact same condition. So
Well, I might bid on this and give it a shot at a 9.8.
Yeah.
Have you guys submit it for me?
for sure,
Yeah, we can do that.
We can do that.
All right. I'll put that on my watch list.
Very
Cool.
All right. I got these books I want to have you guys evaluate and see if they're worth getting pressed and submitted.
Okay. What you got in here?
I do want to sell them, though,
Okay.
either way.
Oh, Silver Age Spider-Man. Yeah, we can definitely go through these, press these, and if they're worth it, if they're worth pressing. Sometimes they're not worth pressing.
Okay.
So if they're not worth pressing, then we're not going to obviously do it because that would just be a waste of money. But if it's worth it, then yeah, we can press them and sell them for you in either a weekly or a featured auction.
Okay.
Or if they're worth grading, we'll let you know. And then
Well, if they're worth grading, let's grade them. If not, let's put them in auction. Do you think we should sell them individually or in a group?
it really depends.
I would say with these though, probably individually. They're in decent shape and they're early Spider-Man
Okay.
issues. Maybe some of the later ones we put in like a small lot of like 5 or something. That's
Yeah.
Fantastic Four in there too. Yeah. It should do well. This is the kind of stuff that does well in our weekly auction. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, well, assess them and let me know what you think.
Cool.
I do want to sell them, though.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll do that.
All right.
All right. Appreciate
Thanks.
it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dave.
Thank you.
Thanks, Thomas.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
Hey, Jeff.
Oh, I'm just looking to sell this issue here, this 9.8, and then pick up some books.
Good to see you.
So, Samurai Santa.
Solson Christmas special. Very
Yeah.
cool.
So this is the first published work of Jim Lee. He did the inking on this. And what's very interesting, very cool, I did a video about it, is he was going to med school and he dropped out of med school. He's pre-med and his parents were furious, just furious. They're like, no, you're going to school, you're going to be a doctor. And so they basically kicked him out of the house. They brought him back in, and they came to an agreement. He said, if I do not become a comic book artist within 1 year, I'll go back to med school. And so he did this, and then within 9 months, he would draw 8 to 10 hours a day, every single day. And after about 9 months, he met with an editor at Marvel, and the rest is history. Then he started, I think it was on Alpha Flight, was his first book with Marvel.
Oh, I
And-
did not know that.
Yeah,
I
and
thought
then
it was X-Men.
yeah, no, he did Alpha Flight. He did a couple issues with Alpha Flight. Then he jumped over to Punisher War Journal, and he worked on there. And then he did an issue on X-Men. But he was just like filling in for like I think an issue or two. And then they're like, well, he's pretty good. Let's bring him on. So then brought him on, and then of course then he did X-Men #1, which is the #1 selling comic book of all time. I think 8.3 million copies.
Yeah.
So this is what started it all right there.
Yeah, I mean, like the X-Men book, I got some from the,
Oh, yeah.
the auctions to pick up.
Yeah, we got some stuff for you.
Yeah, and I was telling my friends this too. Like, I used to collect a lot when I was like younger, but now I just started picking up about a year ago or 8 months ago. You know, and the first time I ever thought of or heard of variants is the X-Men #1. There's like
Yeah.
4 different covers or whatever.
Yeah.
But nowadays with modern stuff, it's just insane.
Everything's a variant.
Yeah.
Every
Right,
comic
yeah.
has a variant.
Yeah, it's like the next issue. There's like 4 variants, right?
Yeah. So
There's no
this
special
one,
event.
this one technically had 5. So they had 4 covers that Jim Lee did all 4 covers, and then you could have the collector's edition that put all 4 covers into one. So
Yeah,
you
yeah,
could
yeah.
you could fold it out. So this is And then if you want to get technical, then you can get the newsstand variant as well.
Yep.
And then,
Well, I used to have these, then my mom gave them all away. That's
Yeah.
why I'm trying to recover some
Yeah.
of my older stuff.
yeah.
Very cool.
So this is the first Omega Red.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So you can see I have a bias for X-Men.
Yes.
Got a mimic.
Mimic.
Yeah.
Oh, you got another one.
Yeah, I don't care. I'll just keep
Oh,
getting
and then this is the second cover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So who's your favorite?
X-Men wise,
Yeah.
I have a bias to Psylocke because she's Asian.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one thing that's weird, right? Because she's not really Asian, she's British. But there was
right.
that whole thing, and I missed that arc where they try to explain there's 2 of them now. So I don't quite understand it still.
Mm.
But back then when I was a kid, I had a bias towards her because she was Asian. And
Yeah.
even though I knew her origins were British, it was like,
Well,
kinda
her
nice to see.
redesign, much better.
Yeah.
Previous, not so much. You don't even recognize her. Like she's just like but her redesign definitely much better. I think Jim Lee did the redesign. If I'm
Yeah. That's one of those issues that caught me when I was a kid. I was just like all over
I think he
that.
redesigned actually most of the X-Men for around for this issue and around that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, my favorite was always Colossus.
Yeah, Colossus is cool.
Colossus.
Yeah, I like Gambit and Rogue.
Yeah, but X-Men wise, it's Psylocke and Nightcrawler's the other one.
He's very
I
cool,
have a
yeah.
soft spot for Nightcrawler.
He probably has one of the better powers, I would assume.
Yeah.
I don't know. Rogue's is pretty good because she's as powerful as anyone she's fighting because she just takes them.
Yeah.
And then Storm's obviously really good. I don't know about Angel, not so much. I mean, he can fly, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But beyond that,
Well, I don't know much about the new versions of Angel, but like back then when they did the whole Archangel stuff, that was really neat.
yeah, I think that is the
too.
Archangel
Yeah.
one. Yeah. Here's your books.
All right, cool.
And
Thank
this
you.
one, you're looking to put this in one of our auctions?
Yeah, the premiere auction, if
Okay,
possible.
Yeah.
very cool. Yeah, that's coming up here pretty soon, May 2nd, so we'll get that in there. Yeah, 9/8. That's awesome.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
As you can see, we got a ton of cool things in this auction. If you want to check out more, we have over 1,300 listings. Head over to collectorscomics.com. Also, if you want to win this for free in our giveaway, head over there as well. This is a Daredevil 184 signed by Frank Miller himself. And for the next one, if you have anything cool, go ahead and consign your items and maybe they'll be featured on this show. And as always, have a great day.